Hey guys, it's Greg with Patriot Training Center, and today we're going to be referencing back to an old video I made talking about mag releases and just the different kinds of them. During that, there's a couple comments talking about how my hands are just a tad bit too small for the gun I was using, which for those of you all who don't know, is a Glock 19. This gun has been cleared, been double checked. Y'all were saying that my hands are too small and that I should be able to touch the mag release while keeping a full firing grip. So one thing about that is there's a high-level professional shooter. His name's Ben Stager. He actually made a video about this, talking about the perfect fit for the gun. And he really says in that video, which I'll show right here in just a second, but just kind of sum it all up, mag release doesn't matter. He can't touch any of the mag releases on his guns that he has, and he's a high-level shooter. So that means that I don't really need to be able to touch my mag release either for it to be a perfect fit for me. So I'm going to show that video right now, and he'll explain his viewpoint just a tad bit more.
Two other controls that we should talk about. That's the magazine release and the slide stop. What I recommend is not getting wrapped around the axle on can you reach the magazine release, that type of thing. Notice I cannot reach the magazine release on this gun without shifting my grip around in my hand. None of these guns back here, I can't reach the magazine release on any of them. And it's not a big deal because when I reload, I just relax my hand and I punch the magazine release like so. Just like relax my hand, punch mag release. I would not get a smaller grip just so I can reach the mag release. And I wouldn't get such a big button that I have to be careful how I grip the gun, otherwise the fucking magazines will fall out. No bueno.
So after watching that, I hope some of y'all understand kind of why touching your mag release does not really mean it's a bad fit for your hands. It just means that, like he said, you gotta like break your grip just a little bit to touch it. So I'll show you how I do it, how I break my grip in order to touch the mag release. So what I'll do is basically just shift my hands just a little bit. To show that in a more detailed way, I'm really just letting my hands come around the other side of the gun. So I'm just shifting my front fingers back and touching that mag release. And this allows me to touch it without any problem. And then it's just simple from there. Drop the magazine, retrieve a new one, come over the top, get my grip again. It's not really that slow, and I'm really not wasting too much time. So that's one reason why that is kind of wrong to say that this is a wrong gun for me, just because I can't touch a mag release. Because I can touch every other control on here. I can touch the trigger. I can lock the slide open because I just use my index finger. And I can close the slide too with my thumb. As you saw, I broke my grip just a little bit there and then got my grip back. All while me trying to manipulate the gun, this muzzle does not get out of place. It stays nice and close. I can press the mag release. The muzzle is still within my 45-degree cone. And anytime I'm manipulating the gun, it stays perfectly in my hands. While I press the trigger, it stays front. It's not doing all this. I'm not flagging nobody. So to say that just because I can't touch a magazine release does not mean that this is not a good fit for me. Like you saw with Ben Stager answering it, he can't touch what it looks like at least half of the guns that he has. So to say that that's an imperfect fit for me is not really the right mindset of that, but that's okay. So to show that in real motion, I'll actually show you guys a reload. Both of these mags are empty, orange follower there, and the gun is empty. So empty gun, empty magazine, and I'll show you a reload, and I'll show you I don't really have any problem with reloading, and the muzzle isn't just flipping everywhere just because I gotta break my grip a little bit. So starting at the ready, come up, fire a shot, drop the mag. Again, muzzle is still forward and not coming off left and right. Grab the magazine, drop the slide, rack the slide, come out on target. During none of that was my muzzle flailing everywhere, or was I having really any problem with doing that. Again, to show what I'm doing is I'm literally just shifting it in my hands. This muzzle is still downrange, dropping the magazine, retrieving a new one, muzzle still downrange. I've already got my good firing grip again, and then it's just completing the two-handed grip. So I'm gonna show that in real time so then y'all can see muzzle doesn't just go anywhere and I can still perfectly use the gun. So as you guys saw, me reloading is not a problem. I got the gun out, manipulated the gun, got the magazine dropped while all keeping the gun in control. So that is just a little something just to make a little follow-up video on why that's not exactly right. I know I do have small hands, I got little baby hands, but I can still work the gun perfectly fine and I can get all the grip I need to get on the gun. So if you guys want to learn how to be able to reload more efficiently and get that automaticity down, there's a 30-day dry fire program down in the description. Go check that out and we'll catch you guys in the next one.